What's on, guys? Jesse here back to my channel, and tonight we'll be doing a review for Friday Smackdown. So let's get to it then. We kick off Smackdown with Damian Priest walking into the ring. Brian Saxon stops him and asks him about his tag team match tonight and his fatal four-way match tomorrow. He says he's ready to win with all the titles. LA Knight approaches him and they talk about being concerned about having each other's backs. All right. So first match, Damian Priest and LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Knight and Priest argue about who was to start the match. Sikoa clocks Priest and we get the bell. Sikoa batters Priest with several punches, some chops and a headbutt. Priest counters out of the Samoan drop and then takes it to Sikoa. Priest slams down Sikoa and then climbs the turnbuckle and walks the ropes and hits a crossbody. Priest lines Sikoa up for a clothesline, but Sikoa rolls out of the ring. Priest heads out of the ring and clotheslines Sikoa off the steel steps. Fatu gets in Priest's face and Knight makes the save. Priest and Knight argue. We cut a commercial break. Back from commercial break, we see Sikoa and Fatu double team Priest. Sikoa has Priest locked in a submission hold. Priest battles out of the hold and delivers a chop to Sikoa. Priest tries his hardest to tag out, but Sikoa doesn't let him. Sikoa takes Knight out off the apron, and when Priest goes to tag Knight isn't there, Sikoa hits a Samoan drop on Priest and covers him for a near fall. Fatu is tagged in, and he sentons onto Priest. Fatu delivers a couple headbutts to Priest and then hits his running hip attack on Priest. Sikoa is tagged in and he goes for a hip attack, but Priest comes out of the corner with a spinning heel kick, and both men tag out. Knight connects with several punches on Fatu and slams him down. Knight hits a neck breaker on Fatu, followed by a slam. Knight drops an elbow on Fatu and takes Fatu down with a sidewalk slam. Knight goes for his jump, leading elbow, and Knight tags in, stopping Knight in his tracks. Priest clotheslines Fatu to the mat and tags himself in right before Priest can hit Saddle of Heaven. Sikoa is tagged in, and as Priest and Knight are fighting, Sikoa attacks them both out of nowhere. Knight connects with BFT and gets the win. So winners are Damian Priest and LA Knight. Alright, after the match, Priest and Knight start to brawl. Fatu takes advantage of this and bashes up both Priest and Knight. As Fatu celebrates, Drew McIntyre sneaks in the ring and lays out Fatu with Claymore. McIntyre poses in the ring with the belt. R-Truth is backstage with the John Cena sign, waiting for Cena. Jimmy Uso walks up to Truth and asks what's up, and tells Truth that Cena sucks. Truth still believes Cena to be his hero. Alright, Drew McIntyre walks backstage about his match tomorrow night and stuff. Nick Aldis backstage with her service and stuff, and yeah, and a video promo for Aleister Black plays about him. Says the old him has been buried and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyways, and calls out Carmelo Hayes. Alright, second match is Zelina Vega and Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven with Alba Fire. Vega and Niven start off. Vega is knocked down and almost splashed. Vega flips over Niven and tries to hit Code Red. Niven slams down Vega and tags Green. Vega is slammed down again, and Green goes after Vega but misses a splash. Vega slams down Green and goes to hit 619. Niven tries to interfere, and Vega hits the move on both at the same time. Vega covers Green for 2 and goes to tag Bliss, but Green doesn't let her. Green slams down Vega and tags in Niven. Niven drops an elbow on Vega, and then we cut a commercial break. SmackDown returns from commercial break, and Niven is being on Vega, and Green is tagged in. Green slaps Vega in a headlock, and Vega elbows out of the move and tries to tag up to Bliss, but can't. Niven is tagged, hits Vega with the headbutt, and Vega counters a lengthy move into her tornado DT and tags out to Bliss. Green is tagged in as well, and Bliss takes her down with a clothesline and a dragon screw. Bliss hits a head scissors takedown on Green and hits a Meteora against the ropes. Bliss hits a block brick buster and cover Green for 2. Bliss runs into an elbow by Bliss and climbs the ropes. Bliss knocks Green down and drop kicks her. Bliss climbs the ropes and hits Twisted Bliss and covers Green, and Niven breaks the pin. Vega hits Code Red on Niven with the help of Bliss in the ring. Green goes for the Unprettier, and Bliss counters to Sister Abigail and gets the win. So winners are Zelina Vega and Alexa Bliss. Ray Phoenix is by with Sasha Escobar and they attack Ray Phoenix. We see Charlotte backstage. A video package for John Cena and Randy Orton plays. Alright. Anyway, we have a little segment coming with Charlotte Flair. Alright, here we go. Charlotte Flair comes out to the ring. Flair says she had Tiffany Stratton at the had the best women's match in WrestleMania history. She says she was out for almost 2 years and she was still able to take Stratton to her limits. She says Stratton didn't enjoy her WrestleMania moment. The crowd boos Flair and she asks why they're so disrespectful towards her. Because she's the GOAT, she says she will leave if Daytime continues this disrespect, and she gets booed out of the building. Flair slams down the mic and leaves as she leaves. Jay Cargo's music hits and it stops from leaving, and Cargo makes her way out. Cargo and Flair stare each other down, and Flair leaves, and Cargo heads to the ring for a match. Cargo gets in the ring and tells Flair she had her chance and to get back of the line. Damn. Nicole is backstage talking to Flair. Flair leaving, so blah 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 temper. Elizabeth slams the door and says hello to Flair. Alright, so third match, with WWE Women's Championship No More Contenders match, Nia Jax versus Jay Cargo. Before the bell, Tiffany Stratton comes out to check out the match. Stratton takes a seat at ringside. We get the bell and the women lock up. The women test each other's strength and their lockup is broken. Jax takes down Cargo with the shoulder check and takes her down with the body check. Jax slams into Cargo in the corner. Cargo starts punching Jax and takes her down with a flying shoulder tackle. Cargo goes to lift Jax, but Jax hits a Samoan drop on Cargo and then a leg drop and covers for two, and we cut commercial break. Back from commercial break, Jax has Cargo and a leg submission hold and Cargo breaks out of the hold. Cargo gets Jax on her shoulders and hits the Samoan drop on Jax. Cargo starts hitting Jax, but Jax kicks Cargo and goes to suplex Cargo, but Cargo counters and suplexes Jax. Cargo super kicks Jax, and then Cargo spine busters Jax and covers for near fall. Jax now powerbombs Cargo after countering a kick and covers for two. Jax starts punching Cargo and drags Cargo to the corner. Jax climbs the ropes and Cargo gets up and kicks Jax. Cargo slams Jax from the top rope and then climbs the ropes. Cargo hits a frog splash and covers Jax for a near fall. Cargo tries for Jaded, but Jax starts tossing Cargo around. Cargo hits a punt kick out nowhere and covers Jax for a near fall. Naomi comes out and attacks Stratton, distracting Cargo. Jax hits Annihilator on Cargo and gets the win. So winner is not Jax. Damn, man. So I went to 4 Andrew Dogs backstage. B-Fat mention comes to him about being beat up during their ladder match and stuff, so which was good. So yeah, they wished him luck and stuff, and yeah. Alright, so anyways, a promo for Becky Lynch plays that's sponsored by Arby's. The Street Profits, we have a segment coming out with Street Profits. The Street Profits come out to the ring and they're all banged up and are walking gingerly, still in pain from the TLC match they had. Ford gets on the mic first and asks to cut the noise. Ford says they're the talk of the town because they put on the greatest TLC match of all time. Ford talks about using a fan's prosthetic leg to help them win, and they come out on top. This calls out Fraxium. Nathan Frazier apologizes for the interruption, but says it's good to be on SmackDown. Frazier says they were told to take opportunities when they left NXT. Axiom says they mean no disrespect, but the titles would look great on Fraxium. Dawkins asks if they really think they deserve a title shot, especially since they're brand new on SmackDown. Nick Aldis comes out and says he likes what he sees and makes a non-title match tonight, and he wants to give Fraxium to walk their talk, and we cut a commercial break. Our fourth match, Fraxium, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom versus Street Profits, Andrew Dawkins, and Montez Ford. Alright, fourth match. The match is already underway. When we come back from commercial, Axiom has Ford in a waist lock and trying to tag Axiom. Axiom rolls Ford for a 2 count, and Ford tries to tag out, but Axiom won't let him. Ford breaks free, and Frazier is tagged in. Ford is double teamed, but Fraxium Ford tags and Dawkins, who takes down Frazier off the bat. Frazier flies around the ring and kicks Dawkins. Frazier hits a couple hip tosses and then is taken down by Dawkins. Frazier rolls out of the ring and Dawkins follows him out and spears him into an announce desk. Axiom takes on Frazier and throws Frazier back in the ring. Dawkins knocks Frazier down in the ring and Ford is tagged in. Ford hits a springboard senton and then kicks Frazier in the city and covers for a 2 count. Ford kicks Frazier in the back and tags in Dawkins. Dawkins and Ford double team Frazier and Dawkins covers for a 2 count. Dawkins slams into Frazier in the corner and covers Frazier again for a near fall. Frazier kicks Dawkins and tags in Axiom. Dawkins is double teamed and Ford comes in and gets a double team as well. Fraxton flies in and out of the ring. Suicide dives into the Profits and commercial break. Alright, we're back, and Dawkins is being double teamed by Fraxton. Frazier hits a standing shooting star press and covers Dawkins for a 2 count. Frazier climbs the ropes and misses a Phoenix splash, and then is flapjacked, and both men are laid out. Ford and Axiom are tagged in, and Ford takes down Axiom and knocks Frazier off the apron. Ford clotheslines Axiom and then hits a back suplex. Ford hits a standing moonsault and covers Axiom for 2. Axiom is kicked down by Ford, but he tags out before he's taken down. Frazier kicks Ford and covers for 2. Ford kicks down Frazier and then Frazier kicks Ford in the corner. Ford is sat on the top turnbuckle and Frazier tries to superplex Ford. Ford tags out while on the top and the Profits hit a Doomsday blockbuster and Frazier is covered by but Axiom breaks the pin. Axiom kicks Ford and Dawkins kicks Axiom. Dawkins punches Frazier and Axiom is tagged in. Frazier is tagged in. Axiom hits a Spanish fly and Frazier hits a Phoenix splash and Dawkins is covered till Ford breaks the pin. Dawkins and Frazier punch each other. Ford is tagged in and Dawkins spinebusters Frazier. Axiom hits a golden ration on Dawkins and in the ring Ford tries to frog splash on Frazier. Axiom is tagged in, and Ford is double teamed and covered for the win. So winners are Fraxium. After the match, the Street Profits and Fraxium shake hands. Alright, Tiffany's trying to back to Naomi and all stuff about, whatever happened during the match and stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, The Miz, Carmelo Hayes talk backstage also before the match. Alright, so 5th match, Carmelo Hayes with The Miz versus Aleister Black. Alright, we get the bell. Black and Hayes exchange holds in the middle of the ring. Black takes down Hayes and puts him in a headlock. Hayes misses a springboard splash and then kicks Black in the stomach. Hayes stumps on Black in the corner. Black starts striking Hayes, sending Hayes out of the ring. Black hits a moonsault from the top turnbuckles onto Hayes. Outside the ring, Black goes to kick Hayes against the barricades, but Hayes moves and then clobbers Black over the barricade and we cut a commercial break. Back on Smackdown, Hayes chops Black and Black chops Hayes back. The men trade punches and kicks and Black trips up Hayes. Hayes gets on the top rope but is kicked as he sits on the top turnbuckle. Hayes jumps off the top rope and misses and Black then knees Hayes in the face. Hayes and Black go toe to toe with punches and Black then start knocking Hayes down and kicks Hayes in the head. Black hits a springboard moonsault and covers Hayes for 2. Hayes rolls up Black for a near fall. Hayes kicks Black and Black hits a brainbuster and covers Hayes for a 2 count. Black kicks Hayes and then goes for Black Mask, but The Miz tries to interfere, but Black knows his tricks. Hayes hits The Miz, accidentally allowing Black to get the win via roll up. So winner is Aleister Black. After the match, Black hits Black Mask on the Miz. Alright, backstage, so what's going on? We're pissed off and about he's all gassed and stuff, but about to breaks and all that stuff is frustrating and leaves. Alright, accident Nature Frazier or stroke and all that stuff, but everybody else got their ass kicked backstage and all that stuff. So anyway, 6th match, Los Garza and Angel Berto with Santos Escobar versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. 6th match, alright. This is before the segment with John Cena. Alright, so anyways, Phoenix and Angel start the bout. Phoenix hits a springboard shoulder check and then rolls up Angel. Phoenix is slammed into the corner and Berto is tagged in. Phoenix is double teamed and Berto kicks Phoenix and then covers him for 1 count. Phoenix chops Berto and Berto takes down Phoenix and covers him again. Phoenix kicks out and kicks out and counters a suplex. Andrade is tagged in and hits a dragon screw on Berto. Angel tags in and Berto knocks Andrade out of the ring. Phoenix runs in and is knocked out of the ring as well. Berto and Angel hit moonsaults from the top row outside onto Andrade and Phoenix. We get a commercial break. We come back for commercial break. Come back from commercial break. We see Andrade get nailed by the Garza special. Berto now hits a headlock on Andrade, grounding him. Andrade stuns Berto, and Berto kicks Andrade. Andrade hits a poison rana on Berto, and both men are laid out. Phoenix and Angel are tagged in. Phoenix beats on Angel and sits him on the top rope. Phoenix kicks Angel off the apron and arm drags Berto in one move. Angel is back on the top rope, and Phoenix tries for a muscle buster, but Angel counters, and all hell breaks loose as they all kick each other, and everyone is laid out. Angel and Phoenix chop each other. Angel knees Phoenix and slams him into him, and into him in the corner. Berto is tagged in and slams down Phoenix and moonsaults onto Phoenix and covers him. Andrade breaks a pin. Phoenix hits a spinning animal kick. Escobar distracts the ref and Berto rolls up Phoenix for a near fall. Angel runs in and kicks Phoenix, and Andrade is tagged in, and he sends Angel out of the ring. Phoenix hits a Adios Amigos on Berto and then flips onto Angel outside the ring. Andrade hits the message on Berto and gets the win. So winners are Andrade and Bray Phoenix. After the match, Angel consoles Berto in the ring. Escobar comes in and starts yelling at Los Garza. Berto slaps away Escobar's hand as he points at him and yells at him. Berto leaves the ring. Angel looks at Escobar and leaves as well. Alright, come back commercial break. Alright, we have a segment with John Cena. And commercial break, and John Cena's theme plays throughout the arena, and Cena makes his way out to the ring. Cena signals for his music to be cut and calls Nash to the ring to redo his introduction. Nash gets in the ring and introduces John Cena, and Cena stops him midway. A fan threw a bottle into the ring, and Cena picks up the bottle and shakes his head in disappointment and gets Nash to continue. Cena says, "Tomorrow everyone's childhood dies, and that's why people are throwing empty bottles of beer." He says the fans are willing to anything they can, just like Randy Orton. He lets us know Orton is in St. Louis and isn't here tonight. He talks about the history he has with Orton. He talks about their careers being intertwined, and either you choose Orton or you choose Cena. Tomorrow is their final match, and that's why it's important. Cena says tomorrow he will prove that life isn't fair. Winners write history and books. Write history books. And Orton is a liar. He brings up hustle, loyalty, respect. He says Orton hasn't hustled and is nepo and is a nepo baby. He says Orton has wasted potential, and that Cena is hustle, loyalty. He says Orton thinks he working a job for years is loyalty, when in reality it's just him crashing a check. He says you can't count Orton, so there's no loyalty from Orton. He says Orton does the brave minimum, and Cena is loyalty, respect. He says Orton begs for everyone's respect, and that's why he always brings up being the third gen superstar. He says Orton rode his coat tails. He says the legends Orton has killed were nobody. He says the legend killer will kill his own legend, and that Orton will be like his 2006 drugs test, a failure. He calls Orton a mockery and says Cena is respect. He says tomorrow is a big day as he will make history again, and as for feast our eyes on the last real champion. A masked man runs in to attack Cena, and Cena hits him with an attitude adjustment. Cena celebrates, and Randy Orton comes out of nowhere and RKO Cena. Orton holds Cena's belt and raises it in the air as the end credits roll and stuff. So yeah, good show tonight and stuff. I enjoyed it. So yeah, that's how the show ends, all that stuff. So pretty good tonight. Yeah, so some good matches on there as well. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow night for Backlash. So I have a feeling it's gonna be where I'm at. It's probably finish around 9:30 or something, and stuff, or 9:30 something. I don't know, but yeah. So, anyways, cause it's gonna be 5 matches tomorrow night and stuff only. So, anyways, yeah, can't wait. See what happens and stuff. So, anyways, that was it for this video. Hope you like it and not whatever stuff. So, like, subscribe, hit the button, leave a comment. If you guys want to leave a comment stuff, I don't care what you guys do. And that was it. I'll see you guys in next video for tomorrow night for WWE Backlash. Alright, laters.